So part 3 of my full Bulova Curv breakdown. Part 1 was first impressions. We did an unboxing. Part 2 was me going through the full specifications and giving you the finer details of the watch. Now I want to talk about part 3, which is more of a casual on the wrist and what is my feedback to my experiences with the watches, but also what were the finer findings that I found after the fact with being able to spend a little bit more time with the watch. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the scratches and durability on the bracelet. That's usually where you have the biggest point of contact on the bracelet, rubbing against the desk. I have to say I wore the watch very often, and because it has a horizontal brush throughout the entire bracelet, I didn't have as many scratches as I would expect. I mean, again, it could be because of the brushing that they received, and it was a finer satin finish, and I appreciated that design going straight throughout the watch. And then you have that polishing and you have that bead blast to complement and to play with the design throughout. For me, how the design speaks to me and where and when it's more appropriate to wear it. I think outside of wearing a business suit, if you're dressing more casual or dressing down, it pairs better. It has a sportier design, so you definitely can get away with it if you're wearing shorts, t-shirt, and any other kind of situation. And you have that option, remember, to switch out to the band if you really want to use it more for a sporty type of vibe. When it comes to the comfort level of the watch, of course, the curve to the design makes it more comfortable on wrist. However, most watches tend to be on the comfortable side. I think that design effectively helps people with smaller wrists be able to put on a watch that's of a bigger size in diameter, but still get away with it lug to lug. Because lug to lug is really what matters. And when you have such a curve to the design, you're not worried about if the lugs are angled enough. And this is your opportunity if you have a smaller wrist. Even on my wife's 6.5-inch wrist, she's able to get away with it. That's why I feel that if you have a smaller wrist and you want to put a bigger design in your collection, this offers the best option, having that curve altogether. My opinion did change over time about the watch in a good way. In fact, the longer I've had it, the more I've been able to appreciate it and the more attached I've been to have it into my collection. Although I own the BLP and I own the Seville, this one stands apart dramatically. You have to appreciate all of the technology that Bulova put inside of the movement and be able to give you something striking and effective. Paying attention to the crystal needing extra AR coating to not have a glare, super important. But overall, my only opinion that changed was being attached to the watch more so and it being a standalone in the collection moving forward. Some highlights that I want to give you about the watch, and for me, this is a big one. When you have a quartz watch, usually you have issues when you're trying to set the time where the minute and the hour may shift when you push in the crown, especially the minute hand. What I've noticed is not only do you not get that here, it feels more of a mechanical, but also the response to the torque of the crown when you're setting to the minute or the hour gives you that mechanical feel and feedback and has high accuracy when you're pushing in the crown to give it the proper time. Additionally to that, the second hand is completely resetting. So if you are like me and you like to time it down to the second, especially in a quartz watch being high accuracy, again, super precision when it comes to this movement, being plus or minus 10 seconds a month. And I have to say, I think that this watch is going to even outperform that. But most people report owning the Seville and owning this curve movement technology within it, having a better accuracy, even what is listed. So having precision when you're setting the watch is pretty important, and the second hand resetting itself, not waiting for it to get to the last minute, is important. The tactile feedback to the chronograph pushers, I know that's something that enthusiasts absolutely love. It gives you a good feel. It makes you feel like the watch is built of substantial quality. You get that here, whether you're pressing the top pusher or the bottom pusher for the reset. Very important for you to make the settings. I went through that in the specification video. So if you missed that, I'd go back to that video just to see the finer details of it. But the response and the feedback to it is what's important. You get that click, you get that response, and that for me is a win. Two other things that I think is super important, and it's going to give brownie points to the Bulova Curv. You're getting half links and you're getting a quick release system. And that's something that you're not gonna get even when you're paying more money for a watch. So we are talking about a price point here. We are talking about value, and it was the most intelligent move for Bulova to add that to the Curve edition, not seeing it in past models. On the other side of that, also adding us a strap. So functionally being more of an integrated style bracelet, giving us that option for the strap where we don't have to search and find those odd numbers. That is more important to have that quick release, but even more so important to have that half link on a butterfly style clasp. To add to that, which style did I appreciate after wearing it on strap and on bracelet? Hands down for me, it's going to be the bracelet for sure. It's an extension of the body of work to the head of the watch, continuing that brushing and polishing on the sides down the end of the bracelet. So I always am a bracelet guy first, but I still love that they included the option for a strap, because as we all know, when you wear a watch on any particular style for a while, you want to have a refresher, and they're giving you as part of the package for this 10th year anniversary. So is the watch overhyped is the big question here. And in fact, I think the watch is underhyped. It needs to be talked about more. I think it needs to circulate through the enthusiast channels and be brought to light and have more information on it, because it's its own unicorn. You don't see something like this design so often. You don't see all the attention to detail that we were able to receive for this Curve. The Seville has a fantastic job. In fact, I think that needs to circle the block as well. The Bulova Lunar Pilot, everybody knows in the space of enthusiasts, but this Curve 10th year anniversary needs to be appreciated for all of the designs, all of the technology, and all of the details that were presented within it. So if you guys missed my first two videos, it's worth getting the information out of them where I gave you guys specifications and you get to see the unboxing as well. I'll leave a link in the description in case you guys missed those videos as well. And as always, I appreciate you guys for spending your most valuable asset, which is time, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.